Good morning. Pastor Thomas Nowak from Winona Lutheran Church, Winona, Wisconsin. It's Friday, June 13th. Our reading is Ezekiel 39:26. They shall forget their shame and all the treachery they have practiced against me, when they dwell securely in their land, with none to make them afraid, called captivity. It's the stuff of nightmares. Your family's home, safely tucked into the bed, when an army marches into your neighborhood, batters down the door, and carries you off to a foreign land. Your possessions are ransacked, your friends and family separated, and all sense of security is stolen forever. For us Christians, that's what will happen before Christ comes back. If you're a Christian preaching Jesus Christ, you'll be charged with hate speech, right? And what do they do with people that preach hate speech? They treat them like drug traffickers. They take away all their many possessions and they send them off to prison, right? It's already getting to a point now where you're allowed to talk Jesus in the church, but you're not allowed to talk out there outside the church. You see? That's pretty close now. They don't allow it in schools anymore, right? You can have the Islamic Bible on the teacher's desk, but you can't have the Bible on the desk, right? We can have you sex change and not let your mom or your dad know that through school, and the teachers can't say anything to the mom and dad, right? When they're trying to bring them up in the ways and the knowledge of the Lord, right? So that's captivity. Sin is captivity. What did Jesus say? He who sins is a slave to sin. Captivity. Okay? After many kings and some good, but most bad, had ruled over Israel, God had had enough. The people kept choosing shameful, sinful idolatry. They weren't learning, so a tougher lesson was needed: captivity. Foreigners swooped in and carried God's people away to another country in an effort to destroy their identity. That's why they didn't only conquer them, they took them to other countries, and then took people from other countries and moved them into their own home country to destroy their identity. It seemed for a time that all they would ever be were refugees from a nation that would never exist again, a shamed remnant of a once great people. We're no strangers to shame and misfortune. We humans were so fully captive to sin that it seemed nothing could ever free us. But just as God rescued Israel, so he liberated us. Jesus, after his death, burst through the doors of hell, proclaiming our freedom, right? One of our Easter songs, right? One of the refrains said, and he burst down the gates of heaven, right? And he now holds the keys of death, sin, and Hades, right? Remember now, hell isn't locked from the outside to keep people from getting out. Hell is locked from the inside, because there's such a demonic presence there that they want nothing to do with Jesus, such a malevolence that they want nothing to do with Jesus. God doesn't have to lock the doors from the outside. The people that are so malevolent and evil lock the doors of gate from the inside to keep Jesus out. And that's why one of the refrains is, Christ burst down the gates of hell, right? Right? After he rose from the dead, the first thing he did, first thing he did after his death on the cross was went down to hell and preached his victory sermon, right? Okay. We're no strangers to shame and misfortune. We humans were so fully captive to sin that it seemed that nothing could ever free us. But just as God rescued Israel, so he liberated us. Jesus, after his death, burst the gates of the doors of hell, proclaiming our freedom, as if to say, my chosen ones will never darken these halls. He rose again to restore us to life as God's children, our true identity at last remembered, right? So kind of a counter thing to that, the only person that can keep you out of heaven, the only person that can send you to hell is you, your free will. I hate my free will. I wish it could be taken away, because I have the power to damn myself, and so do you, right? God doesn't send people to hell. We send ourselves to hell, right? Through our free will, right? I hate having a free will. Yep. And that power is more powerful than a nuclear bomb. You see? And just so you don't think you're all safe and sound, you got 1 foot on a banana, you got 1 foot on a good ground and 1 foot on a banana peel. The minute you think you're safe, like this, you could find yourself on the other side. You see? In humbleness and in love, we thank God for remembering us in this world and in His kingdom, and ask for His continued blessing. You see? It's not like the Baptists say, once saved, always saved. No. You got 1 foot on the banana peel, and if you're not very careful, like this, you could find yourself on the other side, just that fast. You see? So don't be so prideful or holier than thou to think I'm a Christian and God will save me. That's pride. Satan loves pride. You know, I'm so strong in my faith. I take word and sacrament. I go to church. I know that nothing is ever going to bring me down. I know that Satan can't ever get to me. You see? No. We work out our faith and our salvation with fear and trembling, because we know we got 1 foot on a banana peel. And if we're too prideful, you go over the other side really quick. Okay? Here's our prayer. Jesus, thank you for making us part of history's great comeback and redemption from sin and death. Amen.